Hello, welcome back to Rocket Slime. Last time I learned that I'm not as smart as I thought I was in the first place, and today we're rectifying that. That was a goodie bag, you're not going to see one of those in the wild, I'm very sorry, they did not cooperate and would not show up during recordings.
We ain't got the slime for that. There we go, that's my intro for this episode.
Hey, go back to quoting Rocket Man. Anyways, one of the things I did off camera was harvest our enemies.
Of course.
Every enemy that we've seen on screen, I collected enough of them to be able to use them in the slime tank. So first we get Dracky.
Yes, this is our grim work. I'm glad you all appreciate just how many of your kind we've destroyed.
We don't destroy them, we send them here to live happy lives. They're
Sure.
going to a Boingburg upstate.
Yeah, that's why we aren't seeing just masses of those enemies in town, and why these statues are here. These statues are just made of normal materials.
They're normal statues, they say so on every one of them. Okay.
Alright, put
The
that one in
Mimic
the
is a
tank.
fun
I like
one.
his moxie.
The Mimic is a fun one in concept, but isn't as useful as you might want it to be. Cactoball, surprisingly useful. I'll talk about it more in depth once we leave the museum, but... Yeah, last time we got a lot of the bad members. We're getting some of the good moves now. Like the Wordle.
I can see how hitting somebody with a cactus would work.
And he's off.
The Mimic, on the other hand, yeah, I get it. Like, everybody knows the Mimic's tells by now.
Like the fact that there is an unopened chest in the tank. You can only use open chests. Oh, there he goes.
Slime would have opened that by now. I have no idea what
That's
your
all the new
accent
move.
even is.
It's Sylvester from Looney Tunes.
Ah,
He's
okay.
just Heathcliff Lithbing.
I thought it was
Anyways,
part
future me.
part Elizabethan.
Future me, talk about who we just got. The first of our new tank crew members is Dracky. As you probably noticed, it's just Swatsy again. That's not entirely fair to Dracky. Dracky is faster, and he has an attack that he'll actually use, which does put him above Swatsy at about the same level as the Pixie. I think the Pixie is faster, but he does throw ammo, so if you have volatile ammo, which we do at the moment, you might want to use a Dracky instead if you think you might get invaded. Next up is the Mischievous Mole, whose name I never get right, and we'll always just call them the Mole, and occasionally the Monty Mole, even though that's completely wrong. They move very quickly, and they can use the upper cannon or bring ammo. We've not actually seen this in action yet. They will just run around your tank, grab ammo, and take it to missile. This can be useful, but they never want to take the routes you want them to take, so it's not as useful as it could be, but more useful than it might seem at first. Next up is the Bunnycorn. This is just Hooly again. So in addition to having the exact same commands, the Bunnycorn actually has one less HP than Hooly. Its hurt box is very good. It can hit a lot of characters if everybody lines up right, and it's present for a long time. But Hooly has the same hurt box, and the Bunnycorn has a chance of getting stuck in a wall if it collides with a wall. Now this doesn't mean that the Bunnycorn is useless. Having two Hoolies can be very powerful, but there's very rarely a reason to use a Bunnycorn instead of using Hooly. Next up is the Mimic. It can bring ammo or mimic a chest, which is a semi-unique tactic. No other character has a tactic by that name, but other characters can do similar things. By mimicking a chest, the Mimic will infiltrate the enemy tank and then pretend to be an unopened chest. This only really works on AI characters, because you should never see an unopened chest in a tank battle. You can only use open chests as ammo. That being said, it is fun to use just for the novelty. Then we have the Cactoball. The Cactoball has the same commands as the Hammerhood, but is less useful. It's still a pretty good character. It moves fairly quickly, so firing like crazy is actually a useful tactic for it. And it has an absurd hurt box for targeting the commander. These things can be very difficult to fight in the overworld. Plus, if you hit one of your own Cactoballs and carry them, they will extend all their spikes out, and you can use them as an impromptu projectile. Which is more neat than useful, I would say, but still, it exists. After that we have the Ghost. The Ghost can either steal ammo or target the enemy commander. Notice they say hamper instead of target. This is the tie into the Ghost's way of infiltration. Rather than destroy the door or jump over it like the Jail Cat can, it will just turn invisible and pass through the door. This makes it pretty good, but not the best at stealing ammo. And as far as targeting the commander goes, showing up out of nowhere to launch a sneak attack and then disappearing again could be a pretty effective way of targeting the commander. After that we have the Imp, who can fire like crazy or bring ammo. That is not just some funny text up there, that is a real threat. The Imp can trip, and if they're carrying a bomb, it will explode. If they're carrying firewater, it'll spread fire everywhere. The Imp isn't useless, but if you bring one, you have to be prepared for a little chaos. So either go for a max chaos run and just have fun, or bring an Imp and then 2 other very, very solid crew members. After that we have the Wurtle, who is a very useful tank member despite only one of his tactics being worth a damn. Use the upper cannon should never be used. The Wurtle, despite its size, can only carry 1 ammo piece at a time, and it moves very slowly. The fire itself at enemy is much more useful, because not only does it do twice as much damage as Hoolie or the Bunnycorn, it also takes 3 other pieces of ammo to knock it out of the sky. So this makes it a shield that moves faster and will actually do damage. Of the launch self at enemy tank crew members, this is the most useful. And then finally we have the Living Statue. It moves a little slowly for you to use the lower cannon, but it's probably one of the best as far as security detail goes. For keeping baddies out, the Living Statue cannot be harmed by most means, and has a surprisingly fast attack. It's not hard to dodge as a player, but the computer won't necessarily be able to dodge it every time. Alright, now I'm going to show off all the upgrades I made to the tank's HP.
Serious HP! Like mysterious HP.
Yeah, a lot of the HP upgrades have funny names, but they're not that funny, so I didn't feel the need to show them off in video. Anyways, I'm not selecting ammo on screen, I'm just showing off what the new ammo loadout looks like. A lot of oaken clubs. A lot more heavy-hitting ammo this time around. We are swapping out our crew. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all suck. Go home.
Get out of here, Curate. We don't like you.
Alright, first up, fan favorite Jail Cat.
Love him. Like him, love him, gotta have him.
Next up is the Bunnycorn. The Bunnycorn is kind of a second Hoolie. Don't worry, I'm not replacing the Jail Cat. This is before I realized I was going to do Future Loca. So I'm just going to scroll through all of the characters to let you see them.
Oh, this is for the non-com version. They get things too sometimes.
Sure.
I throw him a bone every once in a while. Oh, here it comes.
The Jail Cat is super useful infiltrator. The Bunnycorn is very damaging, but it has like the exact same commands and attack patterns as Hoolie and 1 less HP. So if you need a second Hoolie, it's great, but the only reason I'm using them now on their own instead of Hoolie is just to use them, because I do like their design. And they're not useless, it's just the gamer problem of why would you do anything less than the best.
Yeah, they're lower on the meta. They're only B tier, so that means they're trash. Oh, no, it did! It made it.
Yes, as far as gamers are concerned, there are 2 levels of uselessness. Usefulness, rather. Absolutely useless and barely acceptable. Anyways, we're actually going to make progress in doing the optional content in Forwood Forest today. Instead of fighting one tank battle and running away because I got scared.
Oh, I can't do that. Oh no, this team sucks. I'll be right back, I gotta go fire my curate. This guy sucks.
I need to go tell the church to go fuck themselves.
That's it, time for separation of church and slime.
God damn it, I was about to say, I'm about to separate the hell out of this church. Anyways. Life upgrade.
Second row, baby. And now we're at that really awkward point where we only have 1 extra HP on top, so it just looks really weird.
Yeah.
It happens in every Zelda game. If you get hit like 2 times, you're gonna be off of that second row. It's a lot of stress, a lot of pressure.
So anyways, in addition to getting the Seed of Life, that was to show off again that there is that trapped slime on the railway cart that we can't knock off by just tackling it. And I am going to go out of my way to get this Oaken Club, because at this point, Oaken Clubs are stupidly powerful.
I'm just going to club my enemies to death. Not in the usual way. Oh no, I'm not going to be utilizing this in my hands. I don't even have hands. I'm just going to fire this club from a gun.
Oh. Well, that didn't work out quite the way I wanted to. Let's fix that. Alright, now the next time we do it, it'll be fine. Well, that didn't work. Let's explore this area a bit before we go back.
Alright, found a leaf. I'm gonna use the tank
The
now.
bunny. Found a bunny. I really shouldn't have gone out of my way to grind all those bunnies. Because there's so many more right here.
Don't take that out of context.
Anyways, we do have to move the the slime carrying cart into position. Get out of here. Oh no! I do like the sprites for the bunnies whenever they've been defeated like this. Anyways, here we go. Yeah!
That'll show him. Oh hey, it's the legendary Starfy.
And he just laid it on the ground. Alright, we're gonna throw him and then run away before he catches us. And then we can just take the rope back up.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I did a dumb thing and didn't want to re-record. I mean, we'd have to go all the way back here anyways to, you know, throw Plopstar onto the cart.
Look, it builds character, alright? Alright, have a girder.
I did not make the same mistake this time. Now now we can have fun.
And then the wall respawns.
And free. Now imagine if you did that and didn't check to see there's another slime card up here. You just crash into the tunnel at the top and then realize, oh my god damn, I gotta go again.
Just careen straight back to town. Ah, darn it. That's not what I wanted at all. Starther.
Anyways, here's how to make a spike ball. Unfortunately, we would have to give up some of our precious oaken clubs. And iron balls do more damage, but they also move slower, so it's kind of up to you.
They do move slow, they can't jump high, but they are a hell of a guy, to be fair. Alright, there's
I think
a
it's about
tank
time we
room.
show off. You can very easily spot the tank rooms in this game. They all look exactly like this.
This is shaped like a tank room, I know it.
Also, fuck this guy's name. Guacamole. Yeah, fuck this thing too.
I even made the fucking logo, that's amazing!
This thing actually has a gimmick to it that I thought I was going to be clever about, but I fuck up. Anyways, everybody just fucking shoot. Just throw things into the cannons, I don't care what.
Well, don't worry, I can already guess. This tank is going to go back in time and destroy your tank in the past, and then
Anyway,
will be
there goes the
destroyed
bunny.
now. Whoop. It's coming. He's gonna make it.
Yes!
Nope. Oh wait, no, he bounced off. He's good.
Yeah, he connected, he did damage. Also, they accidentally threw one of their own guys into the tank. And the boomerang got him.
Get owned, nerd.
There goes the bunny corn. Also, it just occurred to me I put 1,000 weights and obelisks into the same thing. Okay, so the Chrono Twigger will drop a medicinal herb that they can use to restore tank HP.
That's bad.
At this point, I switch everybody to try and target the tank to stop them from using it. I did not count on the commander just stopping everything he's doing and waiting for the herb to drop. He was more tactical than I was expecting. So not able to stop it.
Ah, it didn't help
However-
that much.
Yeah, it's... And now that everybody is in the tank, it's chaos in there.
Yeah, you've just got a full party dedicated to just kicking the shit out of those guys.
The Hammerhood in particular is targeting Guacamole. Also, he just lost his hammer, so now he's just running around killing everyone, including my buddy Gorn. And my jail cat!
No!
I can't tell for sure that that was the Hammerhood, obviously, but it wouldn't surprise me. They were probably closer to him than the enemies.
Alright, here we go. A black wind howls, one of you is going to perish.
Oh no, they have medicinal herb. It doesn't help if you're at 0 HP. Oh god.
Yeah, they need an entirely different item. I don't know what it is for Dragon Quest. I would say Phoenix down, but I know that's wrong.
I think Yggdrasil Dew or Yggdrasil Leaf, which are so much rarer than Phoenix Feathers. Realistically, you're using a spell.
Alright, and the future refused to change.
And we get a medicinal herb for ourselves.
Thank you.
And as I'm sure you've noticed, that fight went so much better than the last one.
Yeah, I wonder why that is, Curate.
Getting you fucking excommunicated, Rolo. We're going straight to the Slime Pope. Hi, Earl Lubidum.
Hey, do you think this is the period of history where there's 2 slime popes?
Do you mean 3 slime popes?
Hey, hear about the R button? Wild stuff, right?
I also adore all of these pun names, and then there's just George. I guess he's a metal slime, but I think these are dragon slimes, so he's a metal dragon. What does that do with George?
The door will lock it! No one will ever know!
Well, unfortunately, I can't do anything about this just yet, so let's go drop off George. And then we can come back and or I guess I can get the bunny to make sure I don't forget to get the bunny. Doing that also despawns the Draki. I forgot the order I did this in. You just sit on the ground, George. We'll solve this puzzle, and then we'll be back to get you.
You know how to sit, right? You've been doing it for the past 6 parts, so you know what? Keep doing it. George.
There's another slime, so let's get him too. Guzano. Don't you cry for me.
I'm just looking at the coloration of that water and thinking, you don't have the flippers, you can't go in there yet.
I wish Legend of Zelda played like this. People moan and bitch about trains. Do you have any idea how much I'd love for there to be tank battles in Zelda?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, they already did that. That was in Breath of the Wild, wasn't it? They didn't play like this, but they already had Mega Tanks in Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Breath of the Wild 2, we better be able to, like, have tank battles that play exactly like this.
I need a giant tank that's in the shape of Link's face. Just roaming the land.
And there's one more statue we gotta figure out. We need 2 bunny corns for it. Which means I have to remember where there are bunny corns.
I like how most of this episode, there's just been so many bunny corns. So many.
Yeah.
The moment you need
prominent, one. Because I think this is the... Oh. Nope. I forgot, bunny corns can get their horns stuck into things. So that's another advantage Huli has over them. Huli's attack is just as damaging, has the same hurt box, but he will not get stuck in the wall from punching it too hard. And I do decide to send these guys back to town.
Alright, you're not needed here. Get out of here, you scamps.
Anything you take with you to a tank battle vanishes. So if I didn't send them back to town, they would just go into the ether.
Alright, Slime, the price to enter this tank battle is whatever's on hand. I'm gonna eat it all. You got nothing? That's fine. I'll eat empty air. I got no qualms with that. Got a bunny corn in hand? Oh. I'm eating that.
Just let that pun speak for itself. Alright. Infiltration mission. Jailcat's gonna get us through the door. Oh dear.
Well, rip.
Well, back to the old tactics, I guess. Everybody go into the tank.
Alright, so, does this boss have any sort of special gimmick? Is its whole thing just bad stand-up, or what?
It does have a gimmick. You may have already seen it. It'll be a while before we see it in action. But you can probably guess what the gimmick is. Also, somehow the Hammerhood caught up with the Bunnycorn. So, like, thanks for that, I guess. Also, Valiant Sacrifice. Yeah, the Bunnycorn tank does not fuck around. The Bunnycorns do a lot of damage, so when there's 3 of them running around, they can really fuck up your crew. Also, it'll be a while before we see it, but the walls in the Carrot Top have spikes in them, so it's very easy for your crew to accidentally injure themselves.
Yeah, as it turns out, it doesn't help when bunny corns get stuck in the wall because of their horns, but when they embed it in your heart, yeah, that sucks.
So anyways, thought I would show why trying to infiltrate on this tank in particular is a bad idea. Do I catch the... Oh, almost knocked the hammer again. Now
He's
it's time
just
to see
gonna
if
quit
I
if you do that too much.
Time to see if I just leave my Bunnycorn to die, or if I realize that they're probably better off launching themselves at the tank. It's a less dangerous job, I think.
I mean, you should go betray your people. You've got a horn, you're the only one who can take them on.
I have 1,000 weights and obelisks in the same ammo capacity stuff, which means that if an obelisk drops and then 1,000 weight, I lose the obelisk because it knocks the ground around.
No honor among
obelisk
projectiles,
flies
I
in the air.
guess.
Anyways, you know what?
I don't know what.
Throw him back. There he goes. The death carrot has been launched.
Drill!
That missile is real. It's not just for show. So your number 1 priority is to stop that missile from landing. Because if it hits, it'll do a bunch of damage at once, and then it stays in your tank constantly doing damage. And furthermore,
Oh, jeez.
it drills into the area where you would launch ammo from, so you can't use your cannons while it's embedded into your tank, which means your enemy is free to launch even more ammo at you.
So you're basically just dead if that happens.
No, I don't remember how much damage it does, but it's not infinite. It's a set amount of damage.
Yeah.
So you can survive it, but it's not a position you want to have to survive.
Mm-hmm. You also have 355 HP at this point.
Uh-huh. There are the spikes. Destroy these. And I remember to show off. There's the button that launches it. And you can absolutely hit that on accident. And launch it against yourself if you're doing the infiltration mission.
Oh, glad none of our guys did that by accident while they were here.
Yeah, I don't know how common that is, but I have to imagine that's definitely a thing that could happen.
If Curio were here, that would have happened.
Rolo doesn't even have an attack, but he'd somehow still do it.
He just falls on top of it.
Really wanted to show off this animation.
He's doing a spin.
Followed by this sprite you love so much.
Oh. I was supposed to win, not lose. How'd that happen?
So that leaves 2 slimes left to rescue in Forward Forest. And it took me an embarrassingly long amount of time to find them. I contemplate George a bit.
As you do. Sometimes you just gotta sit there and think about George.
Anyways, this pile of leaves has a well underneath it. You can find this a lot earlier than I did. I just forgot about it.
It's well hidden.
This is also the best place to farm Drakis because they spawn during the daytime here.
Ah, it's the Zubat Cave, gotcha.
Although Drakis only have 2 HP, so if you don't catch them on the first bounce, you're not going to get them. Anyways, there's just 2 slimes here. We just shoved the slimes here.
It's Bub Billy. He's having a good time.
The pull on that card is impressive.
Oh god, what's the thing from WarioWare? Because that just turned into it. The Franks turned into a Frank.
Yeah, you're right, actually. Might as well ignore that. Thank you for the bomb. Thank you for sending the bomb in the mail. I don't think you should do that.
That's illegal. You can't do that either. Man, they were not screening packages today, I guess.
Anyways, let's head back. Now that we've fully completed Forward Forest, we get more Orichalcum. That's still the most damaging thing we can get our hands on, so it's a good thing to have at this point.
Alright, everybody, we can just burn the woods down. We don't need to come here anymore. Goodbye.
Yep, now that we've finished Forward Forest, that wraps things up for this video. So it's time to go back to the church. And pretend that Rolo isn't here.
Yeah, hey, God's still pretty pissed about Rolo, so until you fix that, we're not on good terms.
That does it this episode.